Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Gonna kind of do one of these 2023 recap kind of videos. I usually don't do a lot of end of year type of stuff like that. I've seen a few people that have done them, or quite a few people actually that have done them. And so I just thought I would do one this year of my 10 favorite additions to my collection in 2023. So not necessarily albums that came out in 2023, but just the 10 pieces that I added to my collection this year that I was most excited and happy about adding to my collection. So based on a lot of different things too, like it's just some stuff just have been waiting to have reissued, some stuff that just kind of been on the list for quite some time, blah blah blah. But and also leaving out box sets, not talking about box sets. So these are my 10 favorite pieces that came into my collection this year. I'll try not to spend too much time because you guys know I can get to rambling. I'll start here with Josh Stone, Mind, Body, and Soul. A very cool piece I got just a few weeks ago. You probably saw this one of my recent arrival videos. Kind of found someone that had this and worked out a nice little trade, and so I was able to pick this up. Been wanting to get this back in my collection for quite some time since I purged my piece a number of years ago. But yeah, beautiful piece, plays absolutely perfect, and just kind of a great kind of R&B feel to what she does. If you're not familiar with this album by any chance, two songs I recommend checking out is probably Right to Be Wrong and Killing Time. I think those are my two favorite tracks off that album. So that's one. Not necessarily in order here, but that's just one of my 10. Another one would be this one here, Paula Cole, This Fire. So pumped to add this to the collection. I've been doing videos since like 2008, and if you go back to almost any video I've done over the past 10 plus years where I've talked about albums I would love to have reissued on vinyl or that I would love to have on vinyl, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this album in every single one of those videos. It was just one of those classic albums from the mid 90s, 1996. I listened to it a ton back then. I just thought it was fantastic, and I'd always wanted it on vinyl. And even strangely enough, I always wanted to see that artwork on like the 12 by 12. Like that was also a big motivating factor for me too. And it's just when this got reissued a couple months ago, I think it was in a yeah, I think it was a couple months ago, something like that. I mean, just I was so freaking pumped. So this is one that I'm so happy to add to the collection in 2023. And of course, you had the big hits on there. Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? I Don't Want to Wait. Me, Tiger, Lily. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Next here, I was very happy to get this back in the collection. Dave Matthews Band's These Crowded Streets. Had original pressing of this that when the price kind of shot up, I was like, oh, I have to cash in on this, and sold that original pressing, which was near mint, near mint. I found another one that was like a very solid VG plus later on. I ended up selling that to kind of make a profit as well. And I always kind of regretted like not keeping one of those. So it was nice to finally have them reissue that and to get this back in the collection. So another great album, just a great one to have back in the collection. This is the 2023 reissue. So you know, great album. Stuff like Don't Drink the Water, Stay, The Dreaming Tree, probably my favorite track off of that album, but great stuff. One of the ultimate ones to be added to the collection, that was added to the collection this year, which is just an awesome birthday gift. John Coltrane's Love Supreme. I've been wanting to get a 1965 original pressing of this for I don't know how long, and it finally came on my birthday this year, which was just freaking amazing. Just a beautiful U.S. pressing, stereo pressing of that. And so yeah, that's a greatest jazz album of all time, and this was just an absolute grail for me. So of course I was very happy to get that in the collection this year. And Rolling Stones 40 Licks was another one that I was very pumped to get. I mean, not only is it just kind of a solid greatest hits album. I mean, you can always pause it and take a look at the track listing there. But you know, I'm glad number one they didn't make it into a box, even though it's a 4 LP. They made it just kind of let's just say regular vinyl, regular gatefold type of vinyl, if you will, which I think was awesome. And this is one that just has a lot of nostalgia to it. Long before I started collecting vinyl, when I was only about CDs, and this was a 2 CD set that I used to listen to a lot. I mean, I used to spin it all the time. So a lot of nostalgia, just hearing these songs, hearing them back in the order again. Just finally having that CD on vinyl. I was very, very pumped when this one was released this year, and this is a 4 LP set. 40 hits on there. So great, great piece right there. Very happy to pull that one in this year. Savage Garden, another one that was somewhat like Paula Cole I was describing. This came out in the, was it 97? Yeah, 1997, and it's just another one of those albums that kind of defines that late 90s time period for me, of some stuff that I was listening to and just kind of really enjoyed. And again, just like seeing that artwork blown up on the 12 by 12, and having those songs and everything on vinyl. This was one I was just really, really pumped to have in the collection. I remember when I first got it, I had it like sitting back here on the wall, and sometimes when I was down in the office, I would just sit, just kind of stare at it a little bit. It was just something cool about seeing that artwork and that album cover on the 12 by 12. So very, very happy to add that one to the collection in 2023. And we got, what, 4 more here? And kind of on those same lines, when I go back to the late 90s, early 2000s, this was another band. Like, for a while, it was like Fuel and Creed were the 2 CDs that never left the CD player in my Mustang. I remember I had that at the time. And say what you want, but I loved both bands and still love both bands. And so when I finally saw that Something Like Human had been pressed on vinyl, for the first time, that was another one that was like, yes. So yeah, very, very pumped to get this one. And again, it's from 2000. Stuff like Hemorrhage, Bad Day, a lot of great tracks on this. So happy to have that. And moving to the next one here, adding a copy of David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust, an original 1972 US pressing. And as you can kind of see, really, really great condition there. No creases, no anything, just a beautiful, beautiful copy. And for some reason, this is one that has just been on my radar. Ziggy Stardust pops up all over the place. It's not hard to find a copy of it. But I just wanted to find a original pressing in very, very fantastic condition, and just finally got around to doing it. And I don't know what it is with all the stuff that David Bowie has put out. For some reason, Low and Ziggy were the 2 that I wanted to have just pristine OG copies of. And all the rest I could care less. I mean, I have the Bowie box sets and all of that, but it was just something about those 2 albums I wanted perfect OG copies of. And can't explain it, but I wanted it, and so I ended up grabbing one this year. So that was obviously one that I was very happy to add to the collection. And then you got Days of the New, music on vinyl release that came out earlier this year, and or at least I picked it up earlier this year. And again, same stuff I've been saying. It goes back to that mid to late 90s stuff that I was really digging a lot and playing a lot. And to finally be able to enjoy it on vinyl after spinning the CD so many times back in the day, this was a fantastic addition to the collection this year. This was kind of cool too, because when this came out, like, it sold out like that. And I remember it was like maybe a month or 2 after it had come out and had been sold out forever. I was at this little shop out in San Diego, and I was just kind of strumming through, and I actually thought to myself, oh, I'll go look over there in the D's to see if they have that. It was like, there's no way, like, why? But just go look. And sure enough, they had one copy that was sitting in there, and I was like, no freaking way. So great, great addition there. Really love that album. And again, with stuff there, you have songs like A Shelf in the Room, Touch, Peel, Stand. I mean, just a really, really great album that oftentimes is so good and so heavy, and the songs are so awesome, it's easy to forget it's an acoustic album. And it's like that can totally get lost on you sometime with the quality of the songs that are on there. And last but not least, The Sunday's Blind. It's going to be my 10th favorite piece that I added to my collection in 2023. This is a RSD release, which I, really stupidly missed getting a couple of copies of this that were hanging around even after RSD had passed when this came out. And I forgot which, was it 2017, I think? Something like it. It was a RSD that was quite some time ago. But then this year, I stumbled across this at a record show with a guy who kind of knew us. We were able to kind of do a little bit of trading and that type of thing, and finally ended up getting a copy of this in the collection. So still in the shrink. So very, very happy to add that to the collection. So there you go, VC. Those will be my 10 favorite additions to the Mr. Hall of Fame's collection for the year. Um, share with me down below some of the things that you were very excited about adding to your collection. Hope you guys have had a great 2023. Hope you ring in the new year safe and sound. And we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.